Have you ever looked at a seemingly peaceful town and wondered what lies beneath the facade? The picturesque town of Tamworth, New South Wales, a hub for its famous country music festival, warm communities, and idyllic surroundings, isn't quite what it seems. What if I told you, beneath Tamworth's charming exterior beats the pulse of corruption, deceit, and betrayal? Today we're diving deep into the underbelly of Tamworth, and you won't want to miss this eye-opening exposé of unimaginable criminal behavior entwined with government authority. Let's set the stage. Imagine the serene streets of Tamworth, a bastion of regional pride in Australia. Now, layer that with nefarious schemes, unconventional deals, and individuals abusing public trust for personal gain. The names: Mayor Colin Murray, Paul Bennett, and their associates. Titles meant to represent service and leadership, but here, symbols of betrayal. Colin Murray, the former mayor of Tamworth, who now enjoys a prestigious position as the chairman of Infrastructure Australia. Sounds admirable, doesn't it? Until you uncover the trail of corruption that got him there. Let's rewind to August 2017, when Murray took a seemingly innocent business trip to China. What reportedly transpired was staggering. A concoction of criminal activities, including intentional tortious interference and anti-competitive trade practices that not only contravened Australian laws, but also international statutes. This wasn't about representing Australia's economic interests. It was about personal gain, executed under the guise of public service. The consequences of his acts rippled outward, harming Australian business interests and shattering trust. The story grows darker when we delve into Tamworth Regional Council's decision-making, a space that's meant to manage the public's assets efficiently and effectively. Was that the case? Not quite. Paul Bennett, Tamworth's general manager, played an instrumental role in a waterfall of betrayals. Contracts awarded for public property sales were blatantly cancelled, and assets worth millions were given away freely. Yes, freely. Assets that were backed by solid development guarantees and commitments from national sporting entities like baseball and swimming associations. And what happened to the $3 million deal that promised to transform Tamworth with an expansive vision? It vanished into thin air, benefiting only a select few in the cartel masquerading as government leadership. But there's more. This iceberg runs deep. What about the $210 million fraud involving surface water licenses? Imagine laundering the ill-gotten gains internationally, using methods of bank fraud to disguise the proceeds. It's not just limited to financial misappropriations. Consider the magnitude of harm. A $500 million renewable energy project that would have secured Tamworth's and the nation's energy future, buried under layers of bureaucracy and greed. Infrastructure, touted as milestones of progress, simply didn't materialize. They vanished, just like the principles this government was supposed to stand for. The scope of betrayal doesn't stop there. A royal commission, international investigations, and hints of Austriac lawsuits present a shocking tapestry of intertwined world powers. Links with the USA, China, Philippines, Saudi Arabia. What started as violations of Commonwealth and international law morphed into a global conspiracy that defies comprehension. Ministers with secret foreign bank accounts, property theft and embezzlement at an industrial scale. A dark handshake between the shadows of domestic and international crime. And perhaps most chilling of all is the methodical silencing of whistleblowers. Those who dared to challenge the system fell victim to character assassinations, ruthless retaliation, and property theft. Imagine being brave enough to expose wrongdoings, only to face relentless intimidation and unimaginable harm, conducted not by shady villains in the shadows, but by those in public office, clothed in the garb of legitimacy. A shield of power now turned into a weapon against its own people. These systemic betrayals reach beyond the corridors of power. Their effects ripple across communities, creating an undercurrent of despair. One businessman, globally recognized and eager to rejuvenate Tamworth, fell into the council's web. Investing time, resources, and passion, he was poised to create 27,000 jobs and inject billions into regional growth. What was his reward, you ask? Violence, collusion, and a systematic effort to erase him from the projects he brought to life. Local criminals, council members, and even law enforcement joined hands, sabotaging his vision while terrorizing him every step of the way. How did this happen in a place meant to be a sanctuary of opportunity and growth? The answer is sobering. Those tasked with protecting the community weaponized their power. Police officers involved in drug trafficking, property theft masked as official intervention. Communities once thriving have been rendered lifeless, their safety and prosperity gutted. Tamworth was brought to its knees, not by external forces, but by its very protectors, the same people we trust. This isn't the script of a crime drama or a dystopian novel. No, this is Tamworth's reality. A reality fueled by greed and sustained through systemic abuse. It's not just isolated, either. Think back. Australia has faced scandals before, but the situation in Tamworth serves as a microcosm of a national issue. It's a tough pill to swallow, isn't it? The people we've entrusted with the well-being of our homes, our communities, they're the ones orchestrating harm. They've taken positions of responsibility and turned them into opportunities for deceit. When we speak of betrayal, it pales when compared to the scale and audacity of what we've uncovered today. So where does this leave us? Do we look away, shrug and say that this is just the way things are? Or do we raise our voices together and demand accountability? Tamworth's story is a call to action. Brightening this darkness requires us, all of us, to shine a spotlight and reclaim what has been stolen. While the loss has been devastating, hope is not lost. There are brave individuals stepping forward, demanding change with unwavering resolve. The fight for transparency, dignity, and justice isn't over. And while today's tale may have shaken you, it's also a reminder of the resilience that individuals can have in the face of insurmountable odds. This is more than just a story. This is a movement to protect democracy, reclaim public trust, and ensure that the wolves in sheep's clothing are unmasked, prosecuted, and held accountable. Tamworth's reality is an unflinching stare into the soul of corruption. But together, we can ensure the darkness won't remain forever. Let's demand better, so tomorrow's Australia can right the wrongs of today. Stay strong, stay vigilant, and never stop asking questions.